Hey guys, welcome back to Plazo. Today I have the Arsenal fans with me. Hi, hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. So how is the weekend going? Are you covering are you watching out the friendlies Arsenal are playing?
Preseason was not exciting, but let's see. We still got few more games in USA.
I would have
Yeah,
watched
yeah, yeah.
games like all the previous years if Arsenal.com was not charging every fan to actually watch the
So
games, which had been free up till now.
hmm
yeah, yeah. Actually, it hasn't been a great start for preseason for Arsenal. If you see Hibernian, they have lost the game, and with Rangers, Rangers are quite competitive, and like it was a good game. Arsenal couldn't convert much, but they were playing main players. But still, what was if you guys did a highlight or something? What's the problem you faced? Like you were facing in front of the goal?
I think
Uh,
there's not much to take away here. Preseason games are for fitness, anyways, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
fine. Like if you're losing, it's fine. It's the
ac-
first game of the League which matters. How we perform in that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, it's getting hyped because of the British media. You see the fans trolling Arsenal, like the news. Their new season is coming for all or nothing Arsenal, and the people are going crazy. Even Arsenal fans are tagging Arsenal, like see
uh,
how the yeah,
yeah. At this point, right, we're kind of used to all this, all the banter and all. But from the preseason, one takeaway I've observed was our set piece defending. I mean, we from the reports that we've received, right, we've actually replaced the set piece coach, and since he've come in, the kind of goals we've considered is kind of worrying. But it's just preseason. Let's see what happens.
yeah. Great. So, moving on to the positives, Arsenal, unlike the other teams, are looking quite positive in the transfer market this time around. And if we talk about the new wing back signing, you guys have done the Portuguese left back. He can also play right back. Nuno Tavares, for
Yeah,
just a bargain price of 6.9 million
Mm.
pounds. So it's great. Like he can play left, he can play right. So Arsenal are planning for the future. Unlike I can tout Barca here. I can Barca giving contract to Messi is like Arsenal are performing way better in the transfer market than Barca. So what's your say on the new signing Tavares, the new kid?
yeah, it's exciting because first, initially, when we needed a replacement or a backup for Tierney, right, we were linked
Yeah,
with Ryan Bertrand because Ryan Bertrand is a free agent now, and it's kind of worrying because who knows, he might end up like Willian or he might transform our team. But Nuno Tavares, the kind of signing, right? He's young, he's a prospect, and he can play in the attacking role as well. He can play a versatility in right back as well. So that's great business for that short amount.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
also feel that like we know that he is going to be a backup to Tierney. He's going to play like some 20 odd games in the season.
yeah,
Probably this season, given that we don't have European football. He's not great technically, but physically he's like really, really good. We saw glimpses of that in the match, and
yeah,
I think it's a decent signing. Better than like we wanted Tierney's left back cover, we got it.
yeah. Great.
Uh,
Yeah, actually, because Tierney is injury prone, quite injury prone, so he will be. Tavares definitely will be getting the game time.
He'll get a lot
And
of game
because
time.
yeah, as the news is also coming that Hector Bellerin might leave the club. So we'll talk a bit later about that because Nuno Tavares can traverse on that side. He can play alongside Tierney in the same lineup. So we'll talk about that. Let me come back to the signings. Talking about the signings, recently they have agreed two more deals, as you guys might have known. That's Albert Sambi Lokonga. Like the name nobody heard, but still he has gotten a great potential. Seeing the likes of Ganduzi and now Granit Xhaka leaving, so he will be definitely getting the game time alongside Partey. So this signing and Ben White, of course, no doubt about that. That is a stunning signing. Although I feel the Brighton's hold out a little bit is a little bit more, but still it's a perfect business by Arsenal. So what's your take on those two signings? Like, do you start them directly in the playing 11, or Lokonga will be sitting out for a few games or something like that.
So I think that Lokonga is not going to be a starting 11 player at all for us. He is going to be a backup. He's going to come on as a substitute, and uh, like I think he's going to be like a backup to Partey or like any of the other central midfielders that we are going to have. As for Ben White, I feel he's going to be an upgrade on. He's the replacement for David Luiz and an upgrade on Rob
Yeah.
Holding. See, the way Arsenal plays that we play out from the back, and our defenders are extremely important for that. On the left hand side, we have Gabriel Magalhaes and we have Pablo Mari who can both do that. Rob Holding is not as good in like playing out from the back. So
Yeah.
Ben White apparently is like pretty good with the ball, and Arteta like has a lot to say uh, about these sort of players. So I definitely believe that he is brought directly into the starting 11. And I think that ball playing reason is why Saliba was not given the chance and he went out on loan. So although he's highly rated, he's not a very good ball playing defender. So that's why he was kept out.
Yeah, that's true because last season, right, David Luiz was our best defender. Let's be honest. But
Yeah.
since he's been injured, we've struggled defensively as well. I mean, even our build-up play has struggled a lot in his absence. So now Ben White has got those similar traits, which I think he will actually do a very good job there. But again, William Saliba, it's controversial again. I mean, he's young. That's a positive sign. So he still has a lot of time to come back. But there's only 2 years left on his contract. So he's rated highly. So let's see what happens. Probably for the next season, he might come back.
Yeah. So great views, guys. So it's like talking about the outs for Arsenal. We see Ganduzi deal has been finalized. We see David Luiz already left the club. Now, for the potential outs, what do you guys think about the likes of Willian and Kolasinac specifically? Because we know Xhaka deal is almost at the final stages. It's done. So Xhaka is leaving. So what about Kolasinac and this Willian? Do you think Willian will be there in the club for the next season? Keeping in the mind that fans are quite angry with his fitness, comparing him to Eden Hazard. So yeah, what's your take on that?
See, Willian, the problem, right? His wages. His wages are quite high, but it has to come down to him. I mean, he has to compromise on his wage part because Arsenal are trying to sell him, but the potential buyer, he has to accommodate his wages. So that's going to be a huge issue unless he moves to USA or somewhere where they can afford his wages. Also, there has to be a pay cut, of course, but his wages is a major issue. But from the reports we've read, right, they're trying to move him out. So that's good news.
Yeah.
I think Willian.
So Costa, any more apart from the names I mentioned, anyone you feel like going out, including Bellerin?
Yeah,
Like,
so
There's a lot.
yeah, I don't know when Bellerin is going to go out, right? We have no idea when
Yeah.
he's going to be sold or like
This could be this
going on at all.
might be anything.
Yeah. So
There's a
Kolasinac,
lot.
so Kolasinac, I don't think anyone is going to buy Kola with the wages that he has. Plus, he's like only 1 year left on his contract. So what we might try to do is like cancel out his contract like we did with Mustafi and Ozil. Probably that's our best bet. Otherwise, I don't think he'll be registered like Socrates.
Yeah.
Other outgoings.
Bellerin has yeah. Go on, Costa.
Yeah. So if you look at our keepers, so I think Alex Ranarsson is another player who's either going to be sold or sent out on loan. He's not going to stay there. We are going to get a better backup keeper for Leno. It's either like we probably won't need it, hopefully. Either that or like we have our academy keeper who was recently promoted into the squad.
Yeah.
Also on the outgoings list, right? There's a lot. See, Lucas Torreira is one. Maitland-Niles, Joe Willock, all these guys, right? There are basically squad players. So in the preseason, Arteta has been given game time. Yeah, you go on.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so Arteta has been giving game time to Maitland-Niles in midfield. So that is one area which excites me. I mean, from the academy, right? He's known as a midfielder, but he had to fill in as a right back. But now he's getting his chances as a midfielder. So let's see. I don't think if we don't sign a midfielder, a proper midfielder next to Partey, then I think we can see more of Maitland-Niles or Willock in the midfield area.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
like
I feel
most
Willock,
like
the
no risk players, right? I think Maitland-Niles will be the only one who needs to be
yeah,
registered in the squad because I think he might not be under 21 or 23, something like that. But Joe Willock, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, we don't need to register them because they'd still fall under that underage category.
Homegrown.
Yeah.
yeah. So hell lot of a business still Arsenal has to do. Because I think Bellerin has registered interest from quite a lot of clubs, especially after the sell of Hakimi to PSG. Inter Milan is also looking for a right back. So there's a prospect that either Atletico or Inter can like sign Hector Bellerin this season. And if we see the departure of Ceballos and Odegaard from Arsenal, you guys are a little bit low on the midfield, especially the attacking midfielder, which was a problem position last time also. So you cannot rely heavily on Emil Smith Rowe for the whole season. So I feel Arsenal will be looking out to get a player for the starting 11. I think in the camp position. So it's like Husam Awar has been linked for more than a year now with the Gunners. So what's the chances now, or are you looking for an alternative like other than Awar for that position?
See, I believe that Hussein Awar to Arsenal is the same as Benzema to Arsenal. It keeps going on for like 3-4 years and nothing happens in the end. Okay. But having said that, we do
Yeah,
need a Xhaka replacement and Emil Smith Rowe backup or like replacement as such, and probably
yeah,
someone to like play alongside Thomas Partey. No offense to
yes,
Willock
yes,
or Maitland-Niles, but they are not at the level that we need to go like to go back into top four. So we're looking at
yeah,
Locatelli, uh, but then there's that Juventus scene with him. Like we don't know if he wants to come to us or like go to Juve, and whether Juve will be able to pay that fee.
yeah,
And we're looking at Madison, so that's probably a like-to-like replacement or like
yeah,
for Emil Smith Rowe. So these are probably two of the players who, if they come into the squad, I feel that uh, like it'll be a hell of a squad.
Yes,
yes, yes,
initially we had these rumors stating we had around 250 million to spend, and I'll be honest, this time I was excited. I mean, previously we've had such reports, but they've always been false or fake. So this time I was a little bit excited, and we were linked with Madison as well. The AFC Bell, right? He stated explicitly that we have a genuine interest in Madison, and later the British outlets confirmed as well. So Madison excites me. I mean,
yeah,
if I were somebody working in the recruitment team, right, I would go after Jack Grealish, but Madison still is much better. I mean, in the camp position, right? There's no better players than these guys. So they're the top five. So I would accept them any day. But the main problem would be the CM position next to Partey. We need to find a kind of midfielder who can attack and who can defend. So currently on the market, there's only Bissouma who can only just he's like a shield kind of thing to the midfield.
yeah,
He can stop the attacks, but he's not the exactly attacking kind threat. He doesn't possess. So Locatelli fills that role, but there's rumors that he wants only Juventus. So let's see what happens there.
yeah. Yeah, so it's like I feel like Arsenal definitely need a right partner for Partey because Partey is not like properly defending defensive midfield, you can say, because he is a box to box. I feel that's what my feeling is, and so if he gets a proper partner like Bissouma, even Bissouma, then he can produce an attacking form he had in Atletico. We can recall that if we can recall that. So I feel Arsenal are looking forward for a CM as well as a CAM. And if you see, Aston Villa have stolen that Buendia from Arsenal's clutches, you might say,
Yeah.
because he was almost about to join, and he would have been perfect signing for Arsenal, low key signing, you say. So, but now Aston Villa has ignited interest in Emil Smith Rowe. They are not letting him go. So I feel there is a chance if City trigger Grealish release clause and Aston Villa gets money, I think they will tempt Arsenal with around like 35 to 50 million bid. I feel that. So in that case, you guys will definitely get Madison, I guess. So what's your say on
I don't,
Aston Villa and Smith
no,
Rowe?
I don't think so because Smith Rowe, he's a boyhood Arsenal fan, so he wants to play for this club and he contract all these offers. I mean, the kind of offer he's been getting from Arsenal, so that he wouldn't reject that. So my assumption would be he won't leave Arsenal, and I think it's already signed. They're just waiting for the finalizing those paperwork and stuff. So, but Buendia thing, right? That actually
Yeah,
depressed me. Emi Buendia, I mean, he was perfect. I mean, he could have played as the CM or a cam, but also in the wings
yeah.
position. But unfortunately, Villa signed them, so I signed it.
Actually, I think that's kind of a nail in the coffin for Arsenal. Like Emi Martinez might have convinced him to come to Aston Villa instead of Arsenal.
Yeah, that could be
We-
true.
I
But
think it's pretty
yeah.
clear that we didn't want to put that sell-on clause in his contract.
Mhm.
And, that's probably the biggest reason why like Buendia did not join us, or like Norwich didn't sell him to us. But I think it's fine. There are like
Yeah,
other CMs and CAMs in the market which we can go for. Uh, and I don't think it's that big a loss as people are making it out to be, just because it's Arsenal. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Away,
Also, at
yeah,
that point, right? Yeah, I'll just say one. Yeah. So at that point,
yeah,
right, our primary target was Martin Odegaard. So probably that was
yeah.
the reason why they didn't push on for signing Buendia. But now even Odegaard, he could be available or he may not be available. But uh, at that point, it felt like a loss. I mean, Buendia was perfect for Arsenal.
yeah. And
Yeah.
as for
So
uh,
yeah,
as
I don't.
bidding
Yeah,
for
go ahead.
I don't think we are ever going to sell Emil Smith Rowe to someone like to a club
Aston Villa.
like no offense to them, but they are a mid-table club, and I don't know why these Villa fans are like getting all up that uh, they are better than Arsenal. They came 10th in the league, and they're behaving like they went in the Champions League or something like that, and bidding like 25.
Yes.
We might look at the bids. If they like bid something like 75 to 80 million, that's what Emil
Oh,
Smith Rowe is worth to us at the very least.
yeah, yeah,
Other than that,
yeah,
it's like we're just going to laugh it off.
yeah. So moving ahead in the season, before we discuss the probable 11, I would like to ask a final question. Seeing the form of the front three of Arsenal, you see Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe. Pepe missing the penalty even in the this preseason game. So, do you guys feel like with the availability of a striker like Danny Ings, Josh King, like they can be backup better than Enketia, I guess. So, would you like to go for them in the striking role, or anyone else if you have in mind? Because I feel there's you create a lot of chances, but the problem is in front of the goal, the lack of form of Aubameyang and lack of finishing touch by Lacazette. So, what's on that?
I
We already have two strikers, right? Two young strikers, Balogun and Martinelli. So I don't think there's a need for us to search for a market outside. So Balogun, I think he can fill that role. He'll be getting
Okay.
more game time. Also,
Yes, yes.
Martinelli starting centrally. So I don't think we need to search for a striker outside.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that Martinelli is the Oba backup, and Balogun is the Lacazette backup, and that's assuming that Nketiah is sold to Crystal Palace or whatever the rumors are going on right now, right? So
Yeah.
we have a lot of strikers. See, our problem is not that we don't have a great attack; it's our midfield.
Yeah.
Our midfield is not able to
Yeah.
create chances, and our XG,
Yeah.
those stats last year, they were like pretty bad as compared to the previous season. So what we need is like a decent cam to come in and a CM who can like help unleash the potential of Thomas Partey.
Yes. Great. Yeah. Great point. Great point. And so now let's move on to both of yours probable 11 for the next season, the best probable 11 you can make out right now, and you might have a difference. So considering the fact the players you might sign, whom you are linked, you can tell your probable 11s for the next season. And before we begin, it's like you have Joe Willock in the midfield, who has had a very good season with Newcastle, like second half of the season, 14 appearances, scoring 8 goals. So you might want to keep him in the lineups. Just a quick stat there. So yeah, go on with the lineups. Kostov?
Okay, so for me, like goalkeeper is Bernd Leno, right? That's there.
Yeah.
Back four, the centre back should be Gabriel Magalhaes, and partnering him Ben White. The fullback should be
Yes.
Kieran Tierney, and Cedric Suarez should be good enough for this season, given that we don't need a lot of, we won't play that many games. Coming to midfield,
Yeah.
ideal midfield for me would be a duo of Locatelli and Thomas Partey.
Okay.
And in front of them, we want to put Emil Smith Rowe, Pepe, and Saka. Let's not forget us.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like,
Saka.
and I still think that Aubameyang is good enough to be the starting striker. So that's where he comes in.
4-2-3-1 traditional Arsenal. Great. So yeah, hopefully you can get Locatelli to complete your lineup. So what's with you, Abhiram? Any changes, or you're totally different
I've got few changes.
lineup?
Like assuming we make few signings. So our
Yes,
keeper
yes.
would be Leno, and the
Yeah.
right back. So we were linked with Max Aarons earlier, so I think we might sign him. But if we get him, he would be my starting right back. And the two centre backs would be Gabriel and Ben White, and my
Yeah.
left back would be Kieran Tierney, and the pivot
Yeah.
would be Thomas Partey and Locatelli.
Great.
I'm still hoping we might sign James Maddison, so he would be my cam. And on the wings, Pepe and Saka and Lacazette would be my striker. I think that's a good enough team.
You know
Perfect
what?
team to be in the top 4.
You know
Yeah.
what? I would make one change to our squads. Instead of Bernd Leno, if we sign Andre Onana, I would in front
I
of,
was going to discuss that.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's the exact type of keeper Arteta wants. I mean, initially it was almost like a done deal. We almost signed him, but
Yeah.
the rumors all fell. I mean, they all went down. That was strange. Probably Marseille is signing them. Not sure which club, but some French club got him already.
Yeah, Onana, yeah. So yeah, it was great to know your lineup, and it's a very big season ahead for Arsenal, Arteta, and the ownership as well, I think. So let's all the best to you guys. Your lineups were quite superb, and hopefully you guys, with the remaining transfer window of around 1.5 months, so it will be great, crazy 1.5 months for all the teams, especially Arsenal. Hopefully you get your best players, and see you later in the season. Thank you for joining, guys. So for all the viewers watching out there, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Do follow our social media handles, whose links are given in the description below. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.